All right, guys, welcome back to another interview on mmaunhinged. Once again, I'm joined by the postman, Diliano Taylor. How's it going?
Going pretty great, bro. How you doing, Lenny?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. It's great to be joined by you once again. Last time we spoke, I mentioned it before we went on air, was 7 months ago. It was the last defense of your Thailand FC title, and
Yeah,
now look how far you came.
yeah, very far. Yeah, crazy.
It's obviously, if you put it in perspective, you went in the Challenger Series, went in as an shortlisted opponent, went as an alternate, and now you're fighting for that $1 million. How does that feel?
Feels amazing. Not, I can't even say it's the way I envisioned it, but it definitely feels amazing for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, how's your life changed? Obviously, last time we spoke, you were in Titan FC. How's your life changed since arriving on the scene at PFL?
My life's changed in an aspect of everything started to move more fast paced. Like, I didn't get any chance to have a break in between anything. Like, I just been going. And I think this is the first time so far that I've been at PFL where I've actually had an opportunity to take like a tiny little break to kind of like let my body, rest up a little bit, heal up before I start training camp again for this next fight.
Yeah, you say a tiny break. I mean, 2 months and a few days is all they give you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously you talked about that. You talked about the season. You said not the way you envisioned it. I mean, you started off with the Challenger Series, as I mentioned. Stepped in at short notice, suffered a defeat, and then obviously you came back at short notice against Roy McDonald and knocked out arguably your best opportunity to date. So, how would you describe your season?
I would describe my season as a growing season, primarily because I didn't go into PFL the most conventional way. I went there as an alternate for 3 fights, and I went through the highs and lows, of course, the sport offers. So I went out there, and I feel like I just went out there with the growing mentality and just the very patient mentality to just do things that I haven't done and take more risks that I haven't done.
Yeah, was it the way you envisioned it to obviously happen, and the way it went down? I mean, not even getting on that global stage for your first fight. Is that the way you envisioned your season to start?
No, that is not the way I envisioned my season to start. Actually, I was expected to fight around last month, just in a regular Challenger Series fight that they had when they were doing the semifinals. I was expected to fight on that. That's what I thought I was going to fight on. I thought I was going to, okay, I guess I'm going to sit out the rest of the year, just wait till then. Or take another fight in Titan, maybe like defend the belt one more time while I have time in between if I could. But it seemed to work out for the best. I just was patient. I kept doing my work. I never stopped to take a break or anything like that. I just stayed ready for the opportunity. The opportunity presented itself to me to go out there and perform. That was it.
Yeah, and perform you did. And let's talk about your last fight, stepping in short against Rory McDonald, the legend. And obviously you went in there and you starched him within round 1. To me, it was a little bit of bittersweet. Obviously, I loved you and I love Rory McDonald. He's a legend. He's done a lot for the sport. But goddamn, Diliano Taylor, did you have to do him to that?
Man, actually, I thought he was fucking with me. I'm sorry. I thought he was messing with me when I hit him. I ain't gonna lie, because I thought, in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm going against Roy. He's probably gonna just either really make this a striking battle, or he's gonna go out there and try to grapple me. So when I hit him, I just thought he was just trying to set me up. He wanted me to come play his game, and that wasn't the case.
Yeah, you talked about the grappling. He did come out early, try and look for that grappling, but your grappling defense did hold up. So was that something that you expected from Rory coming in?
Yeah, I didn't really have much time to study Rory, but when I seen his last couple of fights, and I remember from his last couple of fights, he wanted to go for the single leg a lot. So I was like, okay, cool. He's going to go for a single leg on me eventually during this fight. Did I expect him to shoot off the gun? Absolutely, because that's what he did in the last couple of fights. Did I expect him to take me down? Absolutely not. Because, I don't know. I felt like my takedown defense for single legs were really good. So it was just very interesting for him to do that.
Yeah, I think he showed everything as much as you could anyway in that in the 3 minutes and whatever it was. You showed everything. You showed the takedown defense, and obviously you showed that power, preciseness, the accuracy that you're obviously known for. Did you fly over to Wales knowing you was an alternative? Like, did PFL fly you over just in case?
They flew me over just in case. I was alternate.
Yeah, and obviously when you got that, when you got that shot, What was the initial, reaction? You like, I've got my shot. It's on like what 24 hours notice.
This time it was actually 2 days. They gave me some respect this time. Last couple of fights it was on 12 hours a day. This time I got 2 days. I was like, okay, I got some time this time. Yeah, they call me Mr. Saber Show over there now. But yeah.
Yeah, what was your initial reaction when you got told that you will be stepping in to fight Roman Donald?
Yeah, my initial reaction was Ray Sefo came up to me, he shook my hand, he was like, hey, you ready? I was like, yeah. He's like, you're fighting Rory. I was like, oh
damn.
Okay. He's like, you ready? I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's go. Let's run it. I was like, okay, let's run it. Let's go fight. It's time to go. Heck yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think you said it's time to go. You knocked him out, and obviously you got your chance to fight at $1 million. I mean, your next fight is a tough matchup against Sadibou Sy. If you look at this matchup, it's so interesting to me because you're long and rangy, he's long and rangy. It's like a mirror matchup. I love it. It's going to be a fantastic fight on November 25th. How are you sort of looking at it? Because obviously I'm a third-party person. The way I'm looking at it, I'm seeing a mirror matchup. You're very, very similar. But how are you seeing it?
That's basically how I'm seeing it. Like, we're both tall guys. We're both long guys. We both have interesting styles. I won't say directly very similar, but I'll say interesting for sure. I see the fight. Actually, I have no idea where I see the fight. I just see the fight. I just see the fight ending with me getting my hand raised. That's what I see. I see me winning the fight. That's what I see in this transaction while we go out there and fade each other. I see me winning this fight. I see me walking away the champion. I see me walking away with $1 million. That's what I see.
Absolutely. A phenomenal match, as I was talking about. But what do you see being the massive difference between you two guys?
I mean, he's taller than me. I think he has longer reach. I think that'll be the massive difference. Also, I think another massive difference is I believe I'm the first tall person he's fought in PFL. I don't think he's fought anybody who has been comparably as tall as him. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Everybody's been basically shorter.
Mm-hmm. So you believe, obviously, him fighting someone who's quite, as tall as him, being maybe a negative for him to, because he hasn't faced someone maybe like you in a few years.
Yeah. Most definitely. I think that's like not favorable for him. That's what I see. That's what I believe. So that's what I think. Yeah, I fought like plenty of tall people in my career. I fight tall people at the gym every day. So it's just like, okay, this is like kind of like where I stay.
Absolutely. I mean, how can you not fight tall people every day at Sanford MMA when you've got Steve Mowry? Jesus.
Yeah. 6'9". Yeah.
That guy is massive anyway. A very stylistic matchup where I believe, as we talked about, it will come down to straight kickboxing. I really don't see Sy shooting a shot, but I know we've seen stranger things happen in MMA.
We have seen stranger things happen in MMA. If he shoots a shot, I would be flabbergasted. I would be, wow. I'd be like, damn, he really just shot a shot on me. That's crazy.
And obviously, the kickboxing matchup, I believe this is the sort of matchup that where you'll see you thriving and we'll see your best performance today.
100%. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Definitely will be my best performance to date.
A win over Sy, a two-time semi-finalist, a PFL veteran. What would it mean for you to obviously get his name under your resume?
I don't know. I don't know what it would mean to get his name under my resume per se, but I do know me winning and me beating him will put me in a better position to make better calls for future references within PFL. I think that is most important, not really getting his name under my belt, because we're both fighting for a title. I feel like typically my name under his belt would be like, people try to downplay it. And, like, this kid was only, 10-2 and blah, 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 blah. But me getting his name under my belt, I feel like, it's whatever.
Yeah, obviously you talked about the belt there. Fighting for the belt and the $1 million championship. What one you gravitating to more? What one means more?
For me, what means more is winning the belt, because I came into the sport not because I knew about the money that you can make in the sport. I came into the sport for just me really enjoying fighting, me having the love for fighting, me having that thrill for wanting to fight and wanting to be the best and wanting to be great. Like I wasn't born to be average. I don't know. I figured that out like a long time ago. Like I wasn't born to be average. I wasn't born to be basic or simple. So for me, winning the belt wherever I go is my mission. That's my goal, because I know once you have the belt, the money will come. Like there's no choice but for the money to come. So it's not about me chasing the money. It's about me chasing the journey and really enjoying the journey as I go.
Yeah, and absolutely. If you win the fight, or when should I say you win the fight?
When
the $1 million championship, well, the $1 million will hit your bank account. What would be the first purchase in the world of Dilano Taylor?
The first purchase would probably be a house. Most definitely. First purchase would be a house somewhere that I can secure for my family, like everybody can be comfortable living and everything like that. And probably the second purchase, I haven't thought that far. Maybe some pancakes.
I guess the most important thing is what you're having on them pancakes.
Yeah, probably maybe some blueberry pancakes, some bananas. Or some chocolate chip and banana pancakes. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I can tell you're not in fight camp right now because you're talking about food.
Man, fight camp, no fight camp, I'm talking about food. Like you wouldn't be able to where I'm at in my camp, because I'm always gonna be talking about food. I'm like, oh man, pancakes, that sounds delicious. I sound like fat bastard when I'm talking about food. Like, yeah.
Then obviously, my last few questions is how are people going to describe Dilano Taylor's performance against Sadibou Sy?
People are going to describe my performance as historic, iconic. They're going to describe it as, wow, this kid really went out there not being in the season and came out the dark horse as well as the champion. He was the dark horse of the tournament and became the champion. That's how people are going to come out looking at this fight. Like, wow, this kid really inspired like a next generation of MMA fighters, guys who can take short fights on short notice and do things like this and get spectacular finishes,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What do you think you've achieved? Obviously, you talked about their inspiration, but personally, what do you think you've achieved from this season?
Achieved in what way?
Obviously learning lessons. Obviously, you talked about.
Okay. One thing I achieved, I feel like learning lessons wise, is that the only limits you put on yourself are the only limits that exist are the ones you put on yourself. It really made me understand that really to be great and to do great things, you have to take risks. You have to take risks sometimes, like especially when you're going along the right path, you got to take risks. It's not like I'm in the streets doing like crime or being a criminal. I'm fighting professionally in a legit organization, making money to support my family. Like this is like the perfect opportunity for me to show myself and showcase my skills and really take those risks.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dilano Taylor. It's been an absolute pleasure. And before we go, can I get a delivery?
Delivery.
Absolutely love it. Absolute pleasure. I wish you the best of luck on November 25th. And when, after that fight, you bring it back, honestly, from how far you've gone from the last time we spoke, it's truly inspirational.
Appreciate you. Thank you.